Well, I'm back here with Chris. Chris, are you excited to go back into Kobey Swap Meet? It's been a little while since we've been here.
How many four-letter words am I allowed to use on this?
I'm gonna have to do so much editing on this video. But we're about to go into Kobey Swap Meet. It's the first time we've gone on a Friday, and it's the first time...
You know what Rihanna said, right?
What?
TGIF.
Well, okay.
And she also said, thank God for the freaking weekend. Yeah. Remember that song?
Yeah.
Yeah. That ties in with the theme of Kobey's this week, people. It's Vintage Sneaker Week.
It is.
What does that have to do with Rihanna? Ask Tom.
So, it's also 7 a.m. and Chris is a little bit delirious.
I had 4 potatoes for breakfast.
Stay tuned. We'll keep you informed. Keep taking a look. We'll see what we find. And if you see anything that we miss, put it in the comments below. Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of TRBCollectibles. My name is Tom and I'd like to welcome you back to the West Coast. We're currently in San Diego, California, back at the Kobey Swap Meet, where I'll be your guide. It has been a little while since we've been back on the West Coast, but it's great to be back. I'm really excited that we got to go to Kobey Swap Meet, especially on a Friday. We have never done this before. And I'm not talking only about myself, because I'm joined with wonderful company, and his name is Chris. Now, during this adventure today, he will now have a new name. And his new name will be Baseball Boy. Yes, you're going to have to watch both parts of this episode. Yep, it is a two-parter, so you're going to have to tune in next week to catch part 2 and understand why Chris has taken on that new name. But it does fit based on what he found at Kobey Swap Meet. So stay tuned not only to the end of this video, but to the end of the next video to see why he's now known as Baseball Boy. But we did find a lot of stuff at Kobey Swap Meet today on Friday, and there are a lot of differences between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday that I'll go over in just a little while. So stay tuned. Now, if you didn't already know, the majority of what I do sell is media and the media category. I will pay up for certain DVDs that I know can flip rather quickly. And you're wondering, well, why would you pay up? Because I know I can get my money in and I can get my money out relatively quickly and make a decent profit on it. The DVDs that I'm looking at are really more so that secondhand store, that dollar store vibe. The one thing that I'm going to look up in just a moment is the Santa Claus trilogy. Does it go for a lot of money on DVD? No. Does the Blu-ray? It does pretty well, but remember, it's also on streaming services, so that decreases the value just a little. But it is brand new sealed, which does help its value. And what I usually do when it comes to DVDs, I'll pull out my handy-dandy phone, if you have one, you should use it, and scan it on eBay to check the comps. I'll go into filters, I'll go to condition, I'll check brand new, I'll also check solds to see what it's recently sold for. And from what I saw, I should be able to make a $10 to $15 profit based on the comps that I pulled on eBay. You'll see the negotiation in just a moment. How much?
I see 5 on that one.
5? Would you take 4?
No.
Okay. Now, was $5 a little pricey for this box set? Kinda, but I know I can make a profit from it, and I know I can make it relatively quickly. Sometimes you have to spend money to make money, in this case I did, but I know I can make a profit and get my initial investment out rather quickly. So key takeaways from Friday compared to Saturday and Sunday so far. The one thing that I noticed is that there's a lot more bulk sellers on Friday that are trying to sell to resellers like me. Meaning that they go buy storage units, they go buy estates, they take the bulk of the inventory, lay it out on tables, and just try to sell it. What you pick up, they try to give you a good price, so they get it gone. They're trying to collect more funds to then go buy the next storage unit so they can buy and sell that one, whether it be on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. On Fridays, I believe they have the best pricing, really just trying to unload, but then they bring all the new, fresh inventory if they have a booth on Saturday or Sunday, because the biggest crowds and the most amount of people will come on Saturday and Sunday, since the majority of the population will have off on those days. A lot of friends and family will come, and they have specific things that they're looking for, not like a reseller where we're just trying to find things to make money. So you get a lot of resellers that are renting booths that are selling clothing and shoes and media and very specific things. So you can also find food on Saturday and Sundays. There's less negotiation happening on Saturdays and Sundays because the vendors know that they can get their prices for things. On a Friday, they're really just trying to get it gone. On a Saturday and Sunday as well, I'm not saying that resellers can't find stuff to resell because I find a ton of it. You just have to know that you're going to be paying a higher price for what you're going to buy in order to sell it. Your profit margin's less, but fresher inventory.
That's zero. No.
See what happened there? Somebody
that
was
happened
pissed
about
off.
10 years ago. And we were at the box.
Let's talk about Disney art and collectibles. There's 3 pieces on this table that I was surprised to still see that they were here. You have Genie from Aladdin, Esmeralda from Hunchback of Notre Dame, and the Tower from Tangled. Now, Disney art is highly collectible. Not the brand new stuff, but once it retires and is no longer in production, you have to hold on to it for a while for it to gain value, and not every piece does. Now, I looked up the comps for a lot of these, and they had excellent value. But the concern that I had is that they had no box, no packaging, so I would have to do a lot of really nice bubble wrapping and techniques to make sure that when I would ship these, it would go well. You also have to make sure you're doing the due diligence to make sure that all the pieces and parts are there and not broken. There are art pieces that are sold that are broken that Disney does in private sales. So I went ahead and I went and looked at the photographs of each individual listing that I was comparing it to, and noticed that the paint was different on Esmeralda and on Genie. So somebody had gone over the dent marks and scratches that were present underneath the paint that I could see because the paint didn't match. If I was to ship this to a buyer who's a Disney fanatic and notices this, because they will, because they love it, I would automatically get a return opened and negative feedback. It's all about the due diligence up front, because potentially the seller who might own a storage unit or storage locker that's selling it doesn't know enough but knows it's Disney and it's collectible, will upcharge you, you'll pay that price point, not notice the paint, sell it, get the return, and you're out the money that you paid for it and out the money that you could potentially make. So always take your time, do your due diligence, especially if it's an expensive item that you're looking to buy and sell, because that one buyer, that collector, will really want it for their collection, and it has to be perfect. You can literally find whatever you're looking for at Kobey Swap Meet. I have seen people walk out the front with a dryer. You heard me right. Everything including the kitchen sink. A lot of the bulk sellers will fill these tubs with random categories, and if you dig deep enough, you will find that gem that nobody else did because they passed it by. Like with me, I'm about to put a DVD called The Bronx Tale right down here, and I should have looked it up. I didn't realize that it carried a $12 to $15 value. Now I pick them up all the time. Then, I was so busy digging through the bin, I completely missed it because I saw this Apple product that was very dirty that I should have passed on by. It really didn't carry a value. I gotta pay better attention.
These are real rough.
We begin the epic origin story of Baseball Boy.
Oh, wait, what the? Put it in your bag. Do you want another bag?
We swapped it out of catcher's gear.
Here, dude, let me give you another bag. You know what I haven't finished this row, and then I had to go back to row 1 because row 1 filled up. Where? In the U-Haul? Oh yeah. Where did you see? Where's the Iron Man thing?
It's down this way.
Yeah, this all filled in, so I have to come back and do all of this. Yeah, but if you know it, but remember, half that lot is all these people like doing massages and
all this other stuff.
Some of it. These are usually really good sports stuff.
But this is all consolidated like reselling stuff. There's no like extra stuff. And apparently, like I was talking to some vendors, apparently today's the cheapest day that they sell shit. Like if you want a deal, it's today. Yeah, because they get a big audience tomorrow. They know resellers come today to avoid tomorrow.
Get a lot of people.
Tomorrow.
5.
Correct. Blindly. Where did you say the...
Right here on this other side.
Okay, viewer, stay tuned for part 2 on our epic quest for the Holy Grail. Wait, we're not looking for the Holy Grail? What are we looking for? Oh yeah, that's right. Chris and I are currently looking for an Iron Man piece of art. Also, we find a ton of other stuff in part 2 that we do a full recap of. So like this episode, and we will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to click that like button. And if you have some extra time, check out some of these other episodes. Thanks!